ever thought about robots that fight cancer or shock-resistant and energy-absorbing body armor? Those are just a couple of items that are actually becoming real-life items because of nanotechnology. And how does nanotechnology relate to you guys? Consider what you're wearing today. Companies such as Gap, Old Navy, and Hugo Boss are actually using clothes that have been soaked in solutions that contain trillions of nanotech fibers that are then heated and put together with the cotton threads that actually make your clothes stain resistant, sweat resistant, and wrinkle resistant. So in this presentation, I will discuss what exactly nanotechnology is, the different fields of nanotechnology, and one company that is leading the way in building tools. So what is nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is a science that manipulates material on an atomic or molecular scale. The concept was thought of by Richard Feynman in 1959, who was a professor at Caltech University. And then it just was kind of just an idea of what they wanted to do, but it didn't actually come to life until about 1985 when the very first scanning tunneling microscope was created, which a scanning tunneling microscope was the very first microscope that could identify atoms on a singular level. And this was actually, he was one of the only, this was actually shortly after he died, but he was one of the first scientists to get his own US stamp. So the different types of nanotechnology is, there's biology, engineering, physics, and chemistry. For biology, some popular areas in that field is actually one that can kind of relate to everyone. It's cancer nanotechnology. And according to a professor from MIT, Mario Ferrari, in his article on cancer nanotechnology opportunities and challenges, cancer-related examples of nanotechnology include injectable drug delivery nanovectors, such as liposomes, for therapy of breast cancer. So nanovectors are carriers of anti-cancer drugs and detection agents, and liposomes are actually a type of nanovector that is made of lipids surrounding a water core. So what these things can do, they can actually be injected into people and release therapy into the cancerous areas, which those are becoming really popular with breast cancer. So the next section, nanorobots, which are pretty cool. They're actually these like microscopic, not microscopic, but they're little tiny robots that are literally like this big that are trying to be made to like hook onto like cancer cells to try and remove them. So nanomechanics and robotics are still in the research phase. But one tool that they've been trying to progress is the use of the biochip, which is nanoelectronics, photolithography, and biomaterials used for surgical drug delivery. Now that you know a couple fields of nanotechnology, I will now tell you about a company that is developing. But before I do that, this is actually what a nanorobot looks like. This is actually a biochip. That's how small it is. So Shrink Nanotechnologies Incorporated was founded in 2007 by two businessmen that wanted to create a balance between for-profit enterprises and non-for-profit labs to create a working environment that will help both industries in the medical fields. So when they were looking for someone to help them develop their company, they came across Dr. Michelle Kine of UC Merced, who was actually number 70 on the list of the top 100 most influential people in business in 2011. And she was actually able to fabricate tiny fluidic devices onto the old shrink eating toys. And with her, the way that she did it, she was able to do it without like a massively like clean room and millions of dollars of expensive equipment. So she actually has herself created 7 tools that have now been patented. some fields of, or some sub-companies and products that Shrink Nanotechnologies has made is, they actually created this core company called Blackbox, which is a development company dedicated for the commercial adoption of patent pending item called the liquid semi, which their current item that they're working on, which actually just got patented 2 months ago, is an invention called electric glue, which promotes the communication between nanostructures and processed semiconductors in a liquid form. A few other tools that Shrink Nanotechnologies has created are the following. These are actually tools that have, between them, grossed over $7 billion in the medical field. This is actually what Dr. Kind made. This is what her shrinking the tools made. But like a stem cell, or actually the cell line is actually a tool that is able to take different cells from people's cancer cells and align them and figure out what exactly is going on. Currently, Shrink Nanotechnologies has done 10 different tools that are under patent and are expected to be patented within the next year. In this presentation, I've covered the effects of nanotechnology, the different types, and a company that's paving the way of research. So I hope that you have all learned something from this speech, and next time you hear anything about nanotechnology, you aren't so lost.